you go off to college and there's 1,000 other people that you have never met before. How are you going to connect? How are you going to make friends? So, I didn't make friends. I'm sitting on a chair that was gifted to me because I didn't have enough spots for my guests. Every time I had a game night, I would pull other chairs from different apartments and I'd knock vigorously. I'd be like, hey, can I have your chairs for the night? Because I don't have enough in my small apartment, for the amount of people that I invited. And I had to learn that lesson pretty quickly on. It was like, okay, you're sitting on the floor now. I have guests sitting on the floor, and nobody wants guests sitting on the floor. Unless it's yoga, I wouldn't want to sit on the floor. So I was sitting on one of the chairs that I was given for my 22nd birthday. See, what's nice about having friends to support you is they'll give you the materials or sometimes the gumption to do something that's out of your comfort zone. And I definitely saw that when I started to do parties. It wasn't natural. In fact, a lot of the times I would meet new people and they'd kind of get creeped out and they'd be like, yeah, nice to meet you, goodbye. And my perception of meeting new people was, oh, nobody wants to be your friend because they already have friends. And that's not true. Just because you have friends doesn't mean that you can't have more friends. Here I am, this worried teenager. I was dropped off by my dad and told to fend for myself for the first time ever. And there's things I did prior to leaving. I wasn't one of those people who didn't ever do their laundry or didn't have chores. So I had those under my belt and I could take care of myself in that way. But I didn't know exactly how to take care of myself socially. There was structure. There was high school. A built-in structure for 4 years where I didn't have to make as many decisions about finding my friends. And you go off to college and there's 1,000 other people that you have never met before. How are you going to connect? How are you going to make friends? So, I didn't make friends. My friends were the people in my classes, which was good, but I didn't hang out with them outside of class. I didn't have friends. And my roommates were great, but they were also freshmen. And so we were in this small little secluded space that didn't open up or create opportunities to get to know other people. And I think it was about a year after my first semester that I truly decided that I would try to cultivate relationships. Prior to that, I had gone to a couple events, like a couple parties and get-togethers, and it was so fun. I thought it was the best thing in the world. And looking back now, hey, those were the highlights of my freshman year because I didn't have very many highlights. That transition is hard, and if you don't have friends, it's even harder. And sure, you might have people going to the same college as you that were in high school, and that's great. But people change, and so you have to find the people that help you change into who you're wanting to become. And that's hard. It was about a year later, and I made the decision that I was going to start inviting people to my house. And I had messy roommates, so it was a lot harder to do that. But with a little teamwork from my other roommate who also wanted to have friends, we got some people together, and for the first time in a long time, I had a group of friends that I was hanging out with, and it was fun. And it took time to get some things under my belt, some things that I wish I had known my first semester. Because if I had known, it would have taken me less time to get through it, I think. It would have still been hard, but if I had known what I know today, it wouldn't have been as much of a inconsequential struggle. And I'm not saying it was inconsequential. It was just hard. And if I had support or like a learning tools, if I had listened to what other people's experiences were prior to coming to college, it would have been so much easier to plan out what I truly wanted, what I wanted to do. That's why I'm on here and talking to you guys, is because I have had this experience and I'm still trying to figure out who it's going to help, but I do know it's going to help someone. And if it helps someone, whether it's a mom looking to reconnect after having a couple kids, or a newfound college student, or people who have graduated and they're not married and they don't have friends and they move to a new place. Like, all of those situations, I think, can benefit from tips and principles mostly that define good tools to being a friend. If I could have paid $50 to know how to be a better friend when I was a freshman, I would have. But now I'm here. I'm 24. Hopefully I'll be able to give you some things that you need. Help you out. We will see. I'm done.